Hi, I'm Tamsin. Welcome to my video log about transitioning from playing the high whistle, the tin whistle or the penny whistle, to the low whistle, specifically the low D. Maybe you've always wanted to play the low D, but were advised to get a high whistle to start with because they're easier to play, not to mention cheaper. Or maybe like me, you've been playing penny whistles for years, but have struggled to make the transition and get the hang of the different techniques needed to play the larger whistles. I tried a few times as a teenager and gave up. I thought my hands were too small, I couldn't get the hang of piper's grip, I couldn't seal the holes properly, so my tone was bad and it was quite squawky. It is quite a stretch, especially for someone with little hands, but it is possible. With the right techniques and of course lots of practice, anyone can achieve a good tone on the low D. I've improved beyond recognition in the last month. So in this short video series, I'll take you through a bit of what I've learned and help you with the transition to playing low D. This is a Howard low D. It's got a brass body and a moulded ABS head joint. It's tunable, which is really useful for playing in sessions or generally playing with other people. For me, it's essential. It's got a very pure tone and it's loud. You don't need much air to play it. The holes are quite large, which worried me to start with. But if I'm honest, I tried some smaller holed whistles and found them equally hard. To begin with, it was more to do with the stretch than actually the size of the hole. And with larger holes, you've got way more scope for expression. So it's worth investing the time in learning to cover them properly. So let's get started. The main difference between playing high whistles and playing low whistles is that you play the high whistles with your fingertips and you play low whistles using piper's grip. It's called piper's grip because the Ilian pipers use it on the chanter, which has got a similar hole spacing, and low whistlers have kind of adopted the technique. If you have really big hands, you might be able to cover all the holes with your fingertips, but you'll notice that it creates a lot of tension in the fingers, making it hard to play fast, making it hard to do ornaments and play fluently. Some people play with their fingertips with the left hand, and using piper's grip with the right hand, like that. But I found that the full piper's grip gives me the most freedom to play fast and with expression. So for piper's grip, you essentially use the middle pad of your first two fingers and the fingertip of your ring finger. So middle, middle, fingertip. And the same on this hand, middle, middle, fingertip. It does feel harder to start with to seal the holes with that part of your finger, especially if you've got bony hands, skinny fingers. It doesn't feel like there's a lot of flesh there to cover the hole with, not compared to like the pad of your finger. Give it a bit of a wiggle around and make sure they're all feeling comfortably sealed, the holes. And then take it one note at a time. So starting with a C sharp, like totally open, no holes covered, to the B. You'll really hear if it's not sealed properly because it will be a bit squawky. And then repeating the process going down. So B to A to G, G to F sharp, to E, to D. The lower notes are a lot harder to start with because you have to seal all of the holes. And if there's any air escaping from any of them, it will really affect your tone. You might find your hands becoming really tense with the effort. I certainly did. I found it helped to have my fingers angled down slightly. So not like really extremely angling down, but not like trying to maintain them really, really horizontal as such. Yeah, a slight angle. Have your fingers relatively flat. Mine are slightly curved. This is the way I'm most relaxed while I'm playing. Yeah, but you don't want to be like bending your knuckles loads. And you want to achieve a lightness and not feel like you're gripping the whistle loads, which I know it's hard when you're just starting out and it's really quite an effort to seal all the holes properly. Getting used to the pipework grip is really just a case of practice. I found myself quite frustrated to start with, and if I was getting really tense, I found it useful to just have a break and then go back to it in 5 minutes. And even that short time would allow my hands to relax, and I'd feel like it was going better after that. Finding easy slow tunes to play really boosted my confidence. I'll be sharing some tutorials soon. Exercises can get boring, and when you're playing a real tune, it feels like you're making way more progress, and it's also really good for your technique. So yeah, keep tuned for more of that. I hope you found this useful. I'll play you out with a slow jig, slow version of Out on the Ocean. This is where I'm at after a month of playing the low D.